Okay, guys, so today we're going to be talking about how to access our online ebooks through our NGC library website. Now, we did just purchase some new ebooks for this school year that are available to you, so I want to introduce those to you today and show you how you can access these anywhere that you have access to Wi-Fi and access to a device. Now, if you remember about our little intro to the library catalog, there are two ways to access the library catalog. Now, the first way is to simply click on the Catalog tab at the top of the web page. So this will take you to the embedded version of our library catalog. And remember, it shows you lots of information like the most popular titles right now that are being checked out, the books that we have that are new, we just added them to our system. Of course, we have all of our ebooks, our interactive books, our Lightbox books, and so on. So, if you're wanting to just search for a book to see what we have, then you can definitely do it just from this page. However, this page does have some trouble when it comes to letting you log in and actually checking out the ebooks. So in order to do that, we want to go to our Symbaloo page. Now once we get to the Symbaloo page, the very first tile right here says Destiny Discover. So when you click on that tile, this will take you directly to the actual website that hosts our library circulation system instead of seeing it embedded through the library website. And this kind of clears up any glitches we usually have when it comes to logging in. So if you're wanting to actually sit down and read an ebook or log into your account to put books on hold or things like that, you always want to do that by going through the Symbaloo and clicking that first tile. Now once you're in, you do want to go ahead and log in, and we're going to use your S24 number, which that is what you guys have for your username this year, and then your password is your lunch pin. Now, once you're logged in, you can actually start accessing the ebooks. Now, down here, this is where you're going to find all of our ebooks. You can hit See All to see all of the ebooks we have available. You can see some of these are actually award nominees, Gateway Award nominees for this school year. Like Someone I Used to Know has been nominated. The Unfortunates has been nominated. Little White Lies has also been nominated, and so on. So a lot of these are really popular books in our library. Like we have one here. This is brand new from April Henry, The Girl in the White Van. The Naturals is a wonderful crime suspense novel that we have. One of Us is Lying was the second place Gateway winner for last year. 10 Blind Dates is actually a preliminary nominee for next year's Gateway Award, and so on. So you can see we have a lot of really wonderful titles available for you guys to read. The only thing is these are only single checkout, so it's kind of first come, first serve. So whoever accesses them first is who gets to read them first. So let's say that you want to read The Girl in the White Van. Go ahead and hit open. Okay, so this will take you to the website where the ebook is actually hosted. So first thing you need to do is type in your school, because we do purchase all of these books, so we need to get our specific account so you can access the books we purchased for you. You're going to go ahead and put in your S24 number and your lunch pin. Okay, and this is going to take you directly to the page where you can actually start reading this book. Now we see we have a summary, we have some information about the book here, but if you want to have this book to keep, it has the option to open now, and this will allow you to open the book and start reading it. But if you want to be sure that nobody else can grab it out from underneath you, like you started reading it, you're really interested, and you left it for a little while, you come back and somebody else has checked it out, you won't be able to finish the book. So you do need to hit checkout. So you can see here you get to keep the book via ebook for 1 week before it is automatically returned. So if somebody is waiting for it, you only have that 1 week to read it. Now, once you have it checked out, you can hit open now, and this will take you to the actual ebook. Now, there's a couple of things or a couple of features for the ebooks that are really wonderful. Now you can see if we go back, you're going to see there's the picture of the cover of the book. We have all the publication information and so on. Now, some of the features that we're going to talk about, you can see right here we have the font. You can do some changes with the font. Like for me, that is really tiny. So if you want, you can make the font bigger, a little bit easier to read. If you don't like the font style, you can actually change it up to read a font that maybe you're more comfortable with. I'll admit I kind of just like the default. You can adjust your screen brightness. So if you're reading it in bed in the middle of the night and you don't want to blind yourself, that's a good option. You can choose your background. Like right now, the background is white with black text. You can do sepia, or you can do a black background with a white font if that is a little bit easier on your eyes. I'm going to go ahead and change it back to the white. And after you have adjusted the font to your satisfaction, you can also choose, do you want to read it like single page, kind of like a Google Doc or a Word doc, or do you want to read it more like a book? Now you also have another option. Right here you see this play button. You can actually have the book read out loud to you. Now the narrator is really not very good, but you do have some options. Like here you can adjust your speed, make them read faster, and you can choose who your reader is.
The windows were always fogged up. The vehicles were always old and dirty, down to mudsmeared license plate.
So if you do better with listening to a book, you might want to access that option. Also, if you click on the page, you'll notice these three bars up here. These are some different items you have available. You can close your book. You can access your notebook, which I'm going to show you in a second, table of contents, book info, so if you need the information about the book. If you need to search for something within the book, like you want to see wherever a certain character is named, or their name is mentioned. Like for example, let's say you want to see where in the story Bruce Lee is mentioned. You hit search, and it will show you all of the quotations where Bruce Lee is mentioned. And you can also have your citations. So if there's something in this book you need to cite, like you're writing a literary analysis paper on this book, you can get the MLA citation, the APA citation, or the Chicago formatted citation. Now, what you can do with the notebook. So let's say you're reading through your story and you find a passage that looks very interesting. You can actually click and drag, or touch and drag if you're using an iPad, and you can highlight this. Now once you highlight it, it is automatically added to your notebook, or you can click this little duplicate button, add to your notebook. You can change the color of the highlight, like if you're highlighting examples of irony in green, examples of imagery in blue, character descriptions in orange. You can do that. So let's say I want that one in orange, and then I'm going to highlight this, and I want it highlighted in green. Now, once I've done that, I can exit out of here, click on my page, click on my icon, and go to my notebook, and I can see here are my highlights. Now, I can edit, or I can add a little note about this, like this is an example of irony because ... Now, it's not really an example of irony. It's just to give you an example. Also, you have the option to bookmark things. So as you're going through your story, like if you find a really important section, or you want to even just bookmark where you left off because maybe you might be jumping back and forth through your book, you can just hit these little bookmark pages at the top of your book. I'm going too fast for it. Once you do that, you can go back to your notebook. Now you can see here are my bookmarks, and it tells you when I bookmarked these pages. Okay, and then if you don't like them, like if you bookmarked something by accident, yep, you can go through and just delete your bookmarks. So this way you can save important passages, you can highlight and make notes on important information. That'll make it easy for you to reference later. One of the last things you'll see down here at the bottom, we have this drag bar. So you can see as the bar goes across, you're moving through the book. And down here in the left-hand corner, it is telling you how far into the book you are, like what percentage you have completed. So this helps give you an idea of how much you have left to go in the book, or just how much headway you're making. So another way to access your notebook, instead of going to these three lines, you can actually click right here, and that will take you directly to your notebook. So that's just a little shortcut. So these are all things that you can do with your ebooks as you check them out. All right, so now you can kind of go back to your checkout page. Now, let's say you finished with a book. You can actually go ahead and return the book. Once you're completely finished, you can rate the book, tell your friends like how good you thought it was, and then now it's available for other people to read. And there's also this quick cite button right here, so you can cite it directly from this page. Or if you want, you can add it to your favorites, so that way you kind of bookmark the ones you like the best. So hopefully that was a quick little rundown of how to access the ebooks. Please be sure to email Mrs. White in the library, that's me, or stop by if you have a chance if you're having any trouble logging in or accessing any of the resources. And I'm going to do everything I can to help you get access to all of these wonderful books.